Alright, everybody. We're going to play Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs today once I get my brightness and color balance figured out. That's closest. Alrighty. Let's see if we can get... There we go. Wonderful. So this is Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. It is basically miniature one-player Gloomhaven. And we're going to try and play the first mission today. Here's our learn to play. I'll have to skim through that. I've printed a little insert to organize this stuff. I had everything in the provided bags and it just wasn't doing it for me. So here I have my 6 characters. I've painted these myself. There are shorts on the channel if you want to see most of those get painted. And then here's all of the health trackers, the status tokens, the activation markers, and this is the replacement for the randomizer deck. That's one thing with this organizer. That die is very recessed. Okay, so we're gonna set this guy down. Right. So it's got your misses, your hits. Find your bonus symbol. Next up. This is caught on the inside of the art of the box here, but if we give it a bit of a wiggle. This is the player health dial. And then a whole bunch of ability and enemy stat cards. And then last, but certainly not least, we have the big deck. This last insert is a little overprinted on my side, so it didn't come out right away. But in here we have the player classes and the actual mission deck, and then all of the little dashboards. So we're gonna start setting up. I'm gonna keep myself over here. Try to keep that in frame a bit better for you. And we're gonna shimmy that stuff out because that'll actually get packed up once we start playing. I doubt there will be 4 enemy types this early, but I have one just in case. This is more aesthetically pleasing. Let's do it this way. I'll put this 4th guy up here just in case. So, let's crack into it. Learn to play. Start by taking the deck of scenario cards from the top of the deck. Flip over the top card and read the story. Okay, so here's our scenario deck. That shrinking feeling. What a time for Gloomhaven. First, a black tornado from the void nearly destroyed the city. Then there were reports of a very essence of corruption trying to end everything. But that's all that ends well. And at the center of both events, Hail, a mysterious Aether, who lives in a derelict tavern, the Crooked Bone. I'm not sure if the focus is the problem or the light. They said that she can turn anyone into a hero, exactly what you want to be. Sure, you don't have a lot of training, but put in front of the right adventure, you'd get the acclaim that is due to you. So with that bold purpose, you step across the threshold of the Crooked Bone, and no, that's not right. Everything is growing. Why is the doorway so large? Why are you so small? Is this some sort of Aether enchantment? You've been shrunk. Play scenario 1, a rude welcome. So I'm gonna pop this off to the side. Scenario 1. Got some fancy gear there. You whirl around, talking in your familiar yet unfamiliar surroundings. Your attention settles on a scruffy character behind you. luckily on par with your diminutive stature. Nice and shiny, like it's never been used. Hand it all over, and I'll let you live. Well, that simply won't do. Your gear is unused, but that's really only one solution for that. Monsters, bandit guards. Goal, defeat all monsters. So we're gonna flip this over, and here is scenario one. And like this is the whole board, right? That's the beauty of this whole set. That it all just kind of comes together like that. And I am gonna futz with this one more time because I'm unpleasable. I don't know what else to say there. Cool. If you're here, I hope you're having a good time. Before you begin, you will need to choose a character. There are 6 available, each described on the back of their respective character card. This guide will be using the Bruiser. If you're new to Gloomhaven, we recommend using the Bruiser. I have played some Gloomhaven before, but we'll take a look and see. So we have the Bruiser. The Silent Knife. This is one of the ones I played back in the day. Tinkerer, another good one. I built a little custom minion token for them. Cragheart, classic. Okay, so these are all the classic 6 Gloomhaven characters. I don't remember if Bruiser was called that, but otherwise, yeah, these are all cool. I remember Spellweaver being a pain. You had to track the whole mana ups and downs, which is cool and like unique to the system. But I don't know that I've got the brain power for that right now. Mind Thief was sort of like a sneaky psionics and assassiny, regular old fighter guy, stealth assassin. He was like a tank, and he could also do manipulation of the environment. And then, is that everybody? Oh, and Tinkerer. Tinkerer does exactly that. They were like a mixed jack of all trades kind of thing. They made gizmos that could help them do range damage and status effects. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to pick which one I think I painted the best, and we'll use that one. So our options here. Tinkerer looks pretty good. Silent Knife, not so great. Rat Lady, not so great. Spellweaver, not so good. Cragheart, Spellweaver, and Tinkerer are the 3 that catch my eye visually. But I think Spellweaver is too much for my brain right now. So we are going to go with the little Tinker. Come on, camera. Sorry, my nails are gross. I was painting earlier. Alright, boom. We have a Spellweaver. I imagine we'll also need enemy hook stuff. Get those all set up. Cool. So if we are playing the Tinkerer, what does that mean for our stuff? We're probably going to need their starting deck. It says that we need their 4 ability cards. Abilities cards are double-sided. Start on the A side. So we'll find our Tinkerer symbol. 1, 2, 4. Interesting. These are not as well sorted as I thought. Yeah, those are the enemy nonsense. Oh, it looks like I had stood previously and was playing the Cragheart. But that's okay. We can live past that, I think. These back. Here we go. Our level 1 side A Tinkerer cards. I'm going to keep those available. going to loosely sort this jazz so that the Tinkerer cards are on top because that is the character I am playing. Seems like a good step to take. Make sure everything else stays nice and mostly organized. Okay, so these are at the back on purpose. That is good to know. There's a ton of stuff in this little box. Like, that's something I really appreciate about what they've done with this. They've sort of maximized the form factor with some really clever choices as far as making things double-sided. And listen, this is going to be kind of rambling and, you know, slow seems like an unkind way to put it, but so we are going to have a bandit guard. It did not say anything about bandit archer, so bandit archer is going back in the bin. We can shift that away. The only other shit thing about this printout is that it's hard to get to all those cubes without like dumping everything. Maybe a little piece of ribbon glued under there will make it, you know, something you can lever up. We will keep that handy because I imagine we need those status tokens. Here we have our player and our icon reference and our continued icon reference. So here's the Tinkerer. Let me make sure the settings on this thing are right. Right, this isn't secretly a private stream, right? That would be hilarious. The Tinkerer. Tinkerer is the right tool for any job somewhere in their packs. This jack of all trades will use all manner of gizmos and contraptions to stay one step ahead of their opponents. Everything is a tool. Everything is a weapon. Complexity high. Lovely. Okay. No pressure, right? Do you get to choose your own difficulty level, or it doesn't say, so we're just gonna leave it at the standard difficulty for now. Which is, of course, printed right on the boards. That's another clever thing, right? That the generic stuff is already there and ready for you. Okay, we need cubes. So these cubes are not milled very well. Cube. Cube. In this first scenario, I'm seeing two mana cards. There's a blue and a green. Let's read the Bandit Guard card. Bandit Guards start with 8 health. And it looks like one shield that refreshes at the end of every round. But let's see. Shield X, yep. Reduce all damage by 1. And of course it doesn't say the round icon, but I'm pretty sure that's what that means. One beef about this. This isn't the full rulebook. This is just the learn to play. Alright, now we're just going to wing it. We're going to start playing as if this was regular Gloomhaven and that I remember vaguely how to play that. And we're going to go for it. I have no items, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm setting up my lost and discard piles. So, first things first, we are going to determine initiative. We're going to pick 2 of our cards. We're going to do 1 top action, 1 bottom action. So, I am starting here, 2 spaces away from the green guard and a few further from the blue. So this attack is range 3 and piercing, which it could be cool. It also has pull, so I can pull him into this object and do an extra point of damage. That sounds like a pretty great place to start for me. So we're going to use the hook gun as our attack. And now we need a move. I think I'll be moving. Oh, I see green is impassable. They're not trap damage. So that's pull, not push, huh? Interesting. Well, range 3. Instead, we'll do this toxic bolt. And now we need to do some moving. Guards generally move to an attack. I don't want to get by both of them. So I'm just going to do a basic move. Do this one. That as our initiative. We are going to roll to determine the initiative of our bandit guards. They rolled the 0. That is initiative 50. So I will be going first. First up, what's my health set supposed to be at? Level 1, 11 hit points. Cool. first we are going to do our toxic bolt. I guess we can't move through that. Can we shoot through that? It doesn't say. Let's assume that is like a full-on barrier, right? In the fiction of this, we are very small. Those are impassable terrain. We're not going to shoot over them. I could probably be convinced to shoot over that pit, but that's about it. So instead, we are going to move, and now we will move here. Yeah, because we can see from the back of his base to there. And we're going to Toxic Bolt. Toxic Bolt would do 2 damage and poison. But first, we have to roll this Majigger. We rolled the minus, so it's -1. And then his shield implies another -1. So he takes 0 damage. This moves down to the next row. But he's taken that poison. I'm sure I put in this organizer in a very sensible and accessible way. I did not. I definitely did not. Oh shit, look at that. First one. Lucky pick. So this guy, bandit number green, is poisoned. Beautiful. That's the end of my turn, right? So these were both side A cards, so they now flip to side B and go into my hand, unlike regular Gloomhaven where you have more cards to choose from. And now the guards activate. So first up is going to be number 1, Mr. Green. On a 50, he moves 1 space, which is to here, and he will attack at me for 2. We attack. He rolled the -1, so that is only 1 damage. I have no armor or shields or anything, so I'm taking a damage. They are already winning. Okay, and then other guy up here, he's going to move toward me the fastest way that he can, but again, he's only moving 1 space. So he's going to be thankfully. Now, let's... Interesting. Let's make our next play here. So some of these cards are like multi-option, which means you can basically choose either or, right? So this is a move 2, or a move 2, or this. To me, this says move 2, or heal yourself, or that. Let's confirm. The entire top and bottom. Oh, cool. Wonderful. In that case, I like this because it's got a push, which is fun. And let's just do a basic attack. I want to act high in the initiative order in hopes that I can not get attacked first. So this pretty much guarantees it because I'm choosing initiative 14. But let's see theirs. Their initiative, they rolled a plus. They're at 70. So they're going to take a long time. But they are going to hit pretty hard. So up to my go. I want to I'm going to use this as a basic attack. So we're going to attack into this guy for 2. We roll to see our modifier. Modifier was plus, which on this level is plus 2. So that would be 4 normally. But they do have a shield, so he's going to take 3. This is green. So 1, 2, 3. And he takes a bonus 1 from poison, going down to 4. That is super cool. Love to see it. Originally, I had picked this because I wanted to do the push. And I still could. I'll just like push him that way. But I don't know if push has to be in a straight line in this. If I can push him into... Oh, does not require a straight line. Sick. I'm going to forego the move then and just push him. 1, 2, push him into the trap. He's taking an extra damage. And all attackers and +1. For my money, I'm pretty sure that poison should apply to the trap. So he's taking 2 more damage. Wonderful. So that was proximity mine. So that goes to my lost pile. And repulsor gun was an A, so it's going to flip to a B. I'm sorry, that B card is probably going to go to discard, not lost. Yes, my mistake. Cool. So now the bandits activate. He's going to, again, step 2, swing at me for 2, plus 2 minus. Heck yeah, the minus on here is -1, so again, only taking 1 damage. And then this ticks down. The next card, same thing. Move 2. Try to get close to me. This is where things start to get kind of dicey. I don't have any great desire to be killed. I picked this down upside down. Here we go. So, back to me. We got the crank bow, the repulsor gun, and the net shooter. So, part of this turn is figuring out how to get out alive. This is not right. Yeah, this is where I should be at. So, this has piercing and push. which is cool. It is, however, a ranged attack, and ranged attacks give you -1. Like, yeah, they have disadvantage, so you have to like basically take the worst of the two modifiers. Not ideal. If we use it on him, it we won't have that penalty. But not being able to finish off this guy that's right next to us kind of stings. Um, that's interesting as well. So this says retaliate 1, shield 1. So this is basically, booby trapping yourself so that when they hit you, you hit them back for 1 damage. And you take 1 less damage. Into the poison guy, that would... I would hit him. He would take A damage because he would lose his shield and then he would take +1. The other guy would just lose his shield. He wouldn't take any damage. So I don't think that's super helpful. Stuff like this is interesting. These are like basically you're accelerating losing your cards faster at the cost of doing abilities that are out of sequence. So this is an attack on the bottom. This would let you attack twice, basically, which is compelling. But I do also have a 1 in 3 chance of a critical miss this turn, which is pretty not ideal. Thankfully, you don't have to declare your action when you play the cards, just the initiative. I think, no, you probably got to declare top or bottom. It's a tricky one, folks. I think we're going to do this. And I will hope to I hate that the retaliate and the attacker on the same card. I get that that's a good design. Next time an enemy enters a hex within 2 of you, it suffers 1 and is... Oh, see, that guarantees 1 damage on him. He's too close to really enjoy that. Unless I do both of these, right? And I shoot him and push him, so he would go 1, 2. And then, as long as they don't roll a 50, he'll get within 2 of me and be immobilized and take a damage. It's tricky. I'm definitely playing too slow because I didn't want to do this for all day. But yeah, screw it. We're just gonna try and kill these guys. So I'm gonna take these 2, so I can set my initiative to 19, and we're gonna do top and then bottom. So I'm gonna roll to determine their initiative. Plus, they got the 70 again. No big deal. So I'm going to start with just the generic attack for 2. We're gonna roll. Yikes! We crit fail, so we miss entirely. And that was, unfortunately, this card now used up. Flip to a side B, return to hand. Move 3 jump is compelling. Because I can go 1, 2, 3, done that. Made this into a side B. Now my hand is all side Bs, so I'm going to start losing cards pretty quickly. But now they activate. So green guy goes first. He's going to move 2. He's not. He's going to move the fastest without hurting himself. Right? So, like, he could get next to me by going to the trap, but he won't do that. Not on purpose. So he steps here, and this guy steps here, and he can attack me. And so he's going to attack for 2 plus whatever this is, 0. So plus 2, or going down to 7 because he had the no modifier roll. Okay. We now have one guy right next to us who's right next to a trap. Desirable for sure. And we have another guy who's got a trap behind him. Attacking for 5 is strong. And at worst, our negative is -1. So he would take 3 damage. That's pretty good. What else we got here? Attacking for 3 and then muddling. Let's just go for it. We're going to use both of these. We're going to burn them both. Which feels very risky, but we got to try and kill this guard. So we're going to be at initiative 10 and initiative 23. They got the minus, so I need to, I think for them going first because they are going to extra guard themselves. We're going to start with the attack for 4 here. So we're going to roll, and we're attacking into this guy, which means we probably have disadvantage, but it doesn't matter. We already rolled a negative. So it would be 4. It goes down to 3 because of the modifier, and then down another 1 because of his shield. So he's only taking 2. But the shield is gone for the turn. So now we do our big attack for 5. No modifier, so he takes 5. Oh, I gotta roll it in. Yeah, takes 5. I don't get the bonus. So he's down to 1 life. He's so close. These all go to the discard. The enemy now activates. The green guy goes first. He moves up, but he can't get anywhere close, so he just shields himself for the round. And then this guy moves up and he attacks for 1 plus 1, so 2 more damage. Okay, now I've hit the classic Gloomhaven scenario of I only have 1 card in my hand. You need more than 1 card to play the game. So we're going to look at recovery and how to get your cards back in buttons and bugs. Generally, it used to be like an action, but that was when you had more cards. Resting. A short rest at the end of a round. When you do, return all cards from your discard to your hand, then flip them on their A side, then lose 1 card at random. Or you can choose 2 cards for the round. Return all cards to your pile and lose one of your choice and perform heal 2. Okay. So we don't have enough to gain the benefits of long rest right now. Um, it's going to be kind of moot because they're just going to hit us for 2 damage again. I don't have any items that are going to benefit. So we are going to do a short rest at the end of the round. We'll take all of our cards, flip them into A's, and then we will lose a card randomly. So I'm taking off screen, not look, and it's going to be this one. Repulsor Gun. It is lost to us pretty much forever. I'm screen, so we have 3 cards, and the timer of the game has accelerated, right? We're going to need to rest basically at the end of each turn, so we only have a couple turns left. So we have one guy at 2 hit points, one guy at 1 hit point. Let's see if we can't finish them off. All right, I want to save this for next turn. So we're going to 46. Can we afford to? Oh yeah, we don't have a choice. Play this and this. So my initiative is going to be 46. I'm going to roll to determine theirs. They are at 70 again, so we're pretty much safe to act uninterrupted. I'm going to try and finish off Mr. Green here. He has, I'm going to be able to come in for 3. I got the 0, which is +1. So before 5, and then his armor takes 1 away. So he is dead. Goodbye, Mr. Green. Now we will do the... On this one, we're just going to use the run like hell. 1, 2. Now our enemy gets to activate. They go 1, 2 after us, and they get to attack as well. A plus. So that is a +1. So they're attacking me for 3 damage. Yikes. I am going to lose this card to negate that damage. Or to discard this card. Negating damage. Discard 1 A-side card from your hand. Goodbye. That avoids the 3 damage. Now, we hit the roadblock, right? I've just played a B-side card, which means it goes to discard. This flips into a B, but I don't have any cards in hand. So we do the random song and dance. And this is effectively the last round that I have. So I have to beat them here. I got a hook gun and a potent potables. Okay, well, we're playing these 2 cards, so no sense in worrying too much. Let's decide our actions here. We basically need to guarantee that they go down, which to me means we're going to do this hook gun, right? Because we are going to, is that pull? No, that's pull, not push. Okay, in that case, big number. We're going big number goes boom. To get ourselves out of disadvantage, we're going to take a step back first using the hook gun bottom action. We're going to roll to see their initiative, not that it super matters. And now we're just going to attack. So we've got 3 and a muddle coming in. -1. That is thankfully only -1. Another -1 from his armor, but he only has 1 hit point left, which means he too is toast. Goodbye, bandit guards. Our little tinkerer is victorious. That was terrible in focus. Okay, now let's read this. Well, your gear certainly isn't shiny anymore, and it isn't even particularly fancy to begin with. Come to think of it, got the job done at least, but your situation is quite dire. You need to survive long enough to find out how to restore yourself to original size, but for now, you'll need to deal with the vermling that just appeared. Read the Collector. So, here is the Collector. Took out the scavengers, I see, Vermling offers. You're not the first to barge in on hail and get this less than ideal result. We've all been there. Some of us have realized that the need to work together if we're going to make the best of this. I assume you'd like to be big again? You nod. Then I have a proposal for you. During my time here, I've collected things that may be useful, and you may borrow them. In exchange, I will accompany you as I may expand your collection, my collection. I can also tell you the best hope for escape is getting into the Crooked Bone and taking the issue up with Hale. Unfortunately, you look behind you to the door is now firmly closed. Yeah, the only way in is through Button's Kingdom, across the road. Come on. You can now equip items during the scenario setup. Play scenario 2, Crossing the Road. So I am going to keep all of those together. I am in no great. Oh, that's funny. I was playing on standard. I was supposed to be playing on very easy. So that makes a difference. I didn't realize that was what that symbol meant. Unless let's confirm with other cards. Yeah. Yeah, this color matches that. I was looking for it as just the level of my character. So okay. Well, that means we're even better than we hoped. I'm not going to play scenario 2 to date, but here's where we're at. So I'm gonna now do the somewhat great labor of packing this all up. So I'm gonna keep my active scenario stuff, my hero card, and my quick reference separate, and we're gonna put those on top of the cardboard inserts, making it easier to find that stuff next time we play. I greatly fear the day where I need all 4 of these unique enemy type boards at once. That scares me greatly. And it should scare anyone playing this game. So here is my hero tray with the dashboards and all that good stuff. On top of here, put our bandit guard back. Only thing I'm not certain about is where I'm going to be putting my ability cards. I don't want to keep putting them back in with the deck. That seems laborious, but there is room for those still, so I'm not sure. For now, drop that in there. Drop our Tinkerer back in. I may just keep them here under my health tile. Keep it separate. And then this just goes Not too shabby, huh? This thing was like $20 or less when I picked it up. It's there's I think like 15 or 16 missions in there. Like there's actually a lot of game in this little package, and you've got of course 6 characters to replay it with. Um, I think it's a neat set, and I think it's this and Jaws of the Lion. I think are the best Gloomhaven experiences you're gonna have, unless you're somebody with, a diehard group of friends that's really gonna get together and play every week. I think that regular Gloomhaven and Frosthaven probably are beyond what's reasonable. You're better off just playing the computer game. The computer game is a great adaptation, and it's faster and more visually appealing than the physical board game anyway. Um, so if you're looking for the full Gloomhaven experience, I would definitely go on Steam, get the digital. You can play online, you can play solo. Um, but yeah, if you need a travel size Gloomhaven, that was mission 1. Alrighty. Bye, Gloomhaven. Have a good day.